Good late Sunday evening. I'm certified meteorologist Nick Kelly on this April 1st of 2018. Hopefully you had a happy Easter if you partook in the holiday. And turns out Mother Nature was not pulling an April Fool's Day joke on us. It definitely felt like winter today with the temperatures barely just about freezing. And also we had to deal with light rain, light drizzle, light freezing drizzle, even a little bit of light sleet mixed in across parts of the area. Again, anything that accumulated just on the elevated surfaces, maybe a tenth to 2/10 of an inch of ice. The roads have been thankfully okay, and this was the main reason why. Going into today, we were going from highs pushing near 70 for your Saturday, then temperatures just tanked from there on out, but thankfully not fast enough for the pavement temperatures, the road temperatures to get below freezing to allow anything to stick. So even though it was downright cold today, it certainly could have been a lot worse around here, but the numbers certainly tell the tale for this Easter Sunday around. 43 at midnight at the Joplin Regional Airport. They observed the high of 41, but generally low to mid-40s for everybody starting the day out. That was as warm as we got today. And then temperatures just cratered below freezing, and we were just hovering right around the 30-degree mark for much of the evening in Joplin at the very least. Let's get to the Skywatch Storm Tracker to start things off. Again, we were dealing with a lot of cloud cover today. Light rain to start the morning out, and then as temperatures dropped, we saw that starting to mix with a little bit of freezing drizzle, freezing rain, and a little bit of sleet. The last of that has finally pushed out of the area overall. You could still argue maybe a few little areas of maybe light freezing drizzle south of Monette, south of Neosho. But in general, we're pretty much done with wintry weather for the time being. So once we hit the midnight hour going into your Monday morning, we will have these winter weather advisories in effect for Lawrence, Berry, Newton, and McDonald counties. They'll fall by the wayside. And technically, there's still winter weather advisory for Benton County, Arkansas, and Delaware County, Oklahoma until 10 o'clock in the morning. In general, though, I think we're pretty much done with any winter weather that could impact any travel as we get back to work and school Monday. But this is another thing that we want to be sure you're aware of. Freeze warnings until 10 o'clock at the latest going into Monday morning, not only because temperatures will hover around 30 degrees before we start warming things up overnight, but we've been holding near 30 across the area for much of the afternoon and this evening. And for a freeze, a hard freeze, it's got to be either below 32 degrees or 32 or below for at least 3 hours, or if some spots hit 28, that is considered a hard freeze. So that's why those freeze warnings are up. Thankfully, we're looking quiet from 7th and Rangeline from the east side of Joplin late on the Sunday night. Again, the official numbers for today, technically a high of 41 at the airport at Joplin, but you saw for yourself there, we were pushing at least 42, 43 degrees by the midnight hour. And then the low, 28. That's the coldest we've been so far for today. Again, with as far as liquid precip goes at the airport in Joplin, at least 1/4 of an inch of rain. Last check of the numbers before we hit the top of the 11 o'clock hour, Joplin seeing a temperature of 30 with a northeast breeze at 7, makes it feel like 23, but this is important. The humidity is still pretty much almost maxed out at 93%. As long as the temperature can't fall below the dew point, we're not going to turn colder from here on out. In fact, I think we'll have more moisture working in and certainly more warmer air working in overnight. So temperatures, as a result, will rise as we get closer to sunrise. So before the 11 o'clock hour, everybody's been hovering right around 30 degrees. But again, we are going to improve our temperature setup at least going into tomorrow. Let's look at the wider view of things, though, regional wide at least. And let me switch the loop over the past 12 hours to show while we dealt with maybe some light freezing drizzle, light rain, light drizzle, and even some sleet, you don't have to venture too far north, close to Kansas City, Columbia, St. Louis, all along the I-70 corridor going into Illinois, Indiana. They had to deal with a little bout of snow for their Easter Sunday, but they're seeing things calm down up that way. Looking back to the west, initially we don't see too much going on, but if I plot on the surface map for you, we do have our next front waiting in the wings. We'll have this warm front lift in first before we see this trailing cold front sneak in behind it as we go into especially Tuesday morning, if not Tuesday afternoon. Once we get this cold front through, we're going to have another surge of colder air work in. So that's going to result in temperatures going up and down over the next few days. But let's start with the good news. We're mostly cloudy for the rest of the night going into tomorrow morning. I would not be surprised if we go closer to 7 a.m. Monday that we could see a few random showers try to pop up. But with the way temperatures are going up back above freezing, if not close to 35 in the morning, anything that does try to fall and start your morning drive out, it should just be rain. That should be it. Then, as we go throughout the rest of the day and into Monday afternoon, temperatures will continue to climb, despite us holding on to the cloud cover and the chance for some scattered rain and even some scattered thunderstorms. It's going to be scattered. I don't think it's going to be a washout from start to finish for your Monday. When you couple that scenario with the south breeze that will finally return, we're not looking bad. It's certainly looking better as far as temperatures go. 33 in the morning, 43 by lunchtime. Temperatures by 4 o'clock at 50 degrees. I'm not saying that's going to be a high of 50 degrees because we will not be done warming up. Beyond the peak of Monday afternoon, we'll continue to warm as this warm front continues to lift in from the south. We should be near 60 by about 10 o'clock, if not close to the midnight hour going into Tuesday. And even with the rain and thunderstorm chances lingering into Tuesday, I think that south breeze before that cold front works in pushes us to early highs Tuesday into the mid-60s. Once we get on the backside of this cold front, though, once you get that northwest breeze to kick in, that will allow temperatures to cool off quite a bit as we go into Tuesday afternoon. On the plus side, though, it gets the rain out of here. So any rain chances Tuesday, it's a morning affair. And then we'll see the skies clearing as we go through Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday night. Unfortunately, that is setting us up for a cold start Wednesday morning with temperatures at least dropping into the mid-20s. But it's not going to stay cold like that for long. We are back to 51 Wednesday afternoon with mostly sunny skies, 62 Thursday. So we're keeping 2 nice days quiet in the middle of the week, Wednesday and Thursday. Not looking bad at all. Then we'll watch our next system by the coming weekend. It could be a bit of a soaker Friday with some lingering rain on Saturday, but thankfully by then temperatures certainly look warm enough for that to stay rain. But of course, that's something we will continue to keep an eye on. Have a good night. Have a great Monday.